All right. Hey YouTube, hey Rumble, how you guys doing? So, I kind of wanted to make this video. I kind of want to reach out to a family right now who does YouTube. So, I'm trying to do what I can here. Um, so I don't know about you. Like I got like. So first off, like I've said before, we are getting ready to start doing more PC build stuff, which I can't wait to get into that. Um, Pretty cool. My first build is already pretty much ready to go, and I'm just getting ready to start a new one. So it's a long process. But so what I wanted to say was, so there's a New Zealand family, um, a channel called Your New Zealand Family, and I want to kind of give them some advice because I did end up watching their videos and their problems with YouTube. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, the problem isn't just with you. YouTube has got this big issue. Like, they got a bunch of things going on, and it's not a great platform. It really isn't. They've got a lot of issues. They tend to. I did a whole stream covering everything that is wrong with YouTube, and we ended up going down a long rabbit hole that I wasn't expecting to go down, and it was horrifying. It was like seriously horrifying. But what I'm getting at is, yeah, it was absolutely horrifying. Just absolutely horrifying. It sucked to deal with that, to go through all the stuff that YouTube has done wrong over the years. And so we ended up going down a deep rabbit hole, found out a lot about YouTube. And now because of this, I'm never planning on getting this channel monetized or any other channel monetized because YouTube has stepped on my toes one too many times. I originally went by the channel of Hide America, which will probably actually go back to that just because that's how everyone knows me. And I don't understand. Well, because I wanted to go with King Hyatt, but Rumble's been giving me some hiccups. But actually, no, we already created a King Hyatt channel on Rumble. So that's how that went. But what I'm getting at is the problem is YouTube tends to do these certain things, and YouTube is just a bad platform. And when I heard you guys say they give you 50, it's 50-50 split. If I remember right, YouTube is not a 50-50 split. That's the only thing that I think it's supposed to be better than that. I don't know why you're getting 50-50 because I think it's actually you're supposed to be like getting like 50-60 or no 40-60 or you guys are supposed to be getting the 60%. So okay, so you get 55%. That's shit. I'm being completely bluntly honest. So I'm gonna be honest with you. My main platform is I got two platforms that I put before YouTube, and that will be Rumble and Twitch. Now Twitch gives you I get it's I believe it's a, if I remember right, it's like 30-70. Like you get 70% and I get 30. I know it's very generous. Yeah, it's 70-30. So with Twitch, once you become, it's period. Well, anyways, so it's like it's 70-30. So you get 70%, Twitch gets 30%. Rumble is somewhere similar with that, and the Rumble is literally YouTube's competition, and this is why they don't want me saying anything about Rumble to people, because they know that if Rumble got out to people, they'd be in a little trouble. Which, because the truth does tend to hurt their little precious little feelings. Anyways, so if we look at Rumbles, it's also pretty generous. Oh my god. And then Rumble, operates on a 60-40 split. So pretty much creators keep 60%. You're still making more, is what I'm telling you. You know, you say to your viewers, hey, we got a Rumble channel going on now too. Then boom, they start jumping over to your Rumble channel and give your support over there. And then you get more split out of the money from the Rumble channel, which means you make more money overall. You see what I'm getting at? Also, the nice thing about Rumble is you got to keep in mind is it is a freedom of speech platform, so that you're going to see a lot of politics over there and stuff like that. But it is a good platform outside of politics. Like, you've got gaming, you've got other videos, you got cooking videos, you get the whole 9 yards. And if you guys wanted to do multiple channels, you can, because the accounts aren't linked, and there's no entry level for monetization on Rumble, which is really nice. For Twitch, there used to be an entry level for affiliate, which there isn't anymore, but there is, there is still an entry level for affiliate, but there isn't. I'm almost positive that there's. Okay, now we're gonna have to double check, because they changed some things recently that I've been affiliated with Twitch for quite a while now, so I do not know what they exactly talked about. You know what I mean? But okay, so. Okay, so it's still the same. So the requirements to become affiliate, which is the entry level for Twitch, I was curious if they changed that, but it doesn't look like they have. But it's you have to reach 50 followers. You have to have at least 50 followers. Stream for 8 hours. Stream on 7 different days, and have an average of about 3 viewers. So you could do these two platforms, and they kind of work hand in hand. And then I use another extra source, which is called Stream Elements, And this will allow you to get sponsorships and stuff like that, and they make even a little extra money because you get, sponsorship money. If we go to my Stream Elements account, I So, if you know what Stream Elements is, it is a very useful tool. And the reason why I say this, because if we go in here, you can, it's very just useful. You got to learn how to get it to work properly. And I know, because I use dark mode on everything, so my lighting is fucking horrifying. I mean, I got to get some lights, okay? It's comes down to it. But when you live on fixed income, you're kind of fucked. But and part of the French, if you don't want your kids to see the language, then you don't have to. But I just want to help you guys out the best I can. My channel is not, so my YouTube channel and my Twitch channel, Rumble doesn't really have a filter for language and all that stuff. So, but when it comes down to it, they're both not set for kid friendly. So no, my channel is not kid friendly, and it's just because of some of the games that I have streamed and had to do with, because I mostly stream video games. That's what I've done, and I'm probably going to keep doing that going forward until I can get everything ready for these PC build videos that I'm going to be doing. And everything for YouTube, this is going to be an exception, but usually YouTube, I'll schedule stuff out. And when I launch something for YouTube, it's scheduled out, and I don't give a fuck about it, because once it's done, it's sent out, it's scheduled out, and I just kind of ignore that it exists. Where the Rumble version of a video will end up getting launched right away, and then the stuff for Twitch will, of course, is right away as well. And then I get monetized for everything that gets produced. When I do my Twitch streams, what I do is I then upload the Twitch stream up to YouTube, schedule that out for a month in advance. And then the Rumble, then I download it onto my PC, then I upload it to Rumble, and then that goes up right away, and then I get monetized for that, which is pretty cool. It's pretty fucking cool. But yeah. But if you use Stream Elements, so we were talking about Stream Elements, but you can have access to your dashboard. You have active feed, revenue history, streaming tools, and then there's also sponsorships. Now, usually you'll get like a list of like offered sponsors and stuff like that. They want me to do Star Trek Fleet Command. Is one of my options. Marvel Strike Force, Matchmaster, and Monopoly Go. I have done Factory 75 multiple times, so if you go back to my videos, my stuff, you'll see that. I've done HelloFresh. I've done Monopoly Go, but there is quite a few here. There is even one for Roblox, which is kind of cool. So, it's not bad. That really isn't bad. Okay, I'm going to set up a sponsor now. I'm probably going to accept this one. This is kind of a big one, so but anyways, so you can literally set it up pretty cool, and it's pretty nice. I personally really enjoy it, and I personally really enjoy doing this. like I said, you work with Rumble, and you work with Twitch, and things start to tend to like pan out a lot better. I've learned that YouTube, you know what I use YouTube for? I use it for one thing. I use it for advertisement, or if I'm watching some YouTube videos. Outside of that, I don't really use YouTube much for much. I think YouTube is a shit platform. I'm pardon my French again. I'm trying not to swear. I swear like a sailor. I'm a fucking hillbilly from the U.S. But like, it's not responsible. Also, watch out for the comments down below and stuff like that. No, I'm just not going to really care because those people are blocked. Because I do have some people who've done some fucked up things, which then comes to more problems with YouTube that I've had with YouTube. Now, if you wanted me to tell you my own story with YouTube, I can do that. We can do that right here, because I will be linking you guys, or I will be tagging you in this video. I had a problem with YouTube involving a stalker, and he ended up harassing me for multiple years. The stuff still goes on. The person still brings me up. I personally am not. I don't respond anymore, but they still bring me up nonstop. Anyways. I've had them dox my address multiple times. I ended up having my address doxed, and then I had to move because of that. And then the new address got doxed. Yeah. And then, so now I'm not doing too much until I get moved. I'm thinking of bringing back the game streams and just doing that for a while, because I really enjoy doing the game streams and giving that to people. To my viewers, to you guys, thank you guys for joining me here again. And I don't know how much more, like I said about YouTube, like I schedule everything out, and I just use YouTube as an advertisement. I don't actually use YouTube as much more than that. If I wanted to, I could stream my games up to YouTube. It's not that hard, and I've got the equipment to do so. It's just I don't want to. That makes sense. Because I do have a program through Lightstream that I use that pretty much allows me to, the Go Lightstream, it allows me to stream from my Xbox, actually, so it makes it pretty easy for me to stream. But like I said, like there's so many options that you can go with, and your options are you've got a lot of options. Like, do not keep yourself locked down to YouTube. And then YouTube does this stupid shit too. Because I know they took like most of your guys' money, and that's kind of fucked. Why make it so you're making enough money to fucking live off of it, and then all of a sudden say, hey, we're going to take your money away for no fucking other reason other than just because they feel like it. And that really is YouTube. They'll feel like doing something, and they'll actually do it. Do you see what I'm getting at? So it's usually smart to have yourself up on multiple platforms anyways, because I know YouTube is as big as it is, but it's not saying something doesn't happen to YouTube down the line. For all you know, what could end up happening is Google, being the parent company, does something stupid and they end up selling off the company, or that part of the company, they liquidate that company, or whatever they end up doing with it. Because at the end of the day, people got to remember, at any point in time, there can be a competition that comes in and destroys fucking YouTube, and then it ends up taking their spot, because this has happened multiple times. Keep this in mind. MySpace was fucking huge back in the day. And then a platform called Facebook came around and demolished MySpace. And people tend to forget this. I had a pretty decent sized channel back on, what was the name of the fucking platform? It was, not remember. Mixer. Thank you. So I was pretty decently big on Mixer, which was Microsoft's streaming platform, and I enjoy making streams for Mixer. I really had a good time doing it, and then all of a sudden, out of the blue, Mixer went under. Microsoft liquidated the company, closed its doors, and I was done. And I ended up losing all the content, all the videos, the streams, the viewerships, all that stuff. And that's what I'm getting at. You cannot put yourself onto one platform and hope nothing ever happens to that platform, because at any point anything can happen. You know, I get that you guys are a family and you're trying to leave something down for your kids and stuff like that, which is smart. It's really smart, and I applaud you for that. But you got to be smart about it. I love you, but you don't need to be a little shit. Sorry, my cat is nibbling at me for some odd-ass fucking reason. She's weird. But what I'm getting at, don't you dare stop nibbling in my arm. It's weird. What I'm getting at, okay, is, you know, it's hard to explain. Not really. It's just, it is pretty late. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning right now for me. I'm just doing this because I wanted to get this out, and I had just watched your guys' videos. I was like, I gotta say something, because sometimes I'll see something, I'll have to respond or say something about it or do something about it. I just can't sit back and not do something about it if I feel like I need to act. Like I said, I've had a lot of, actually bringing back to YouTube's fuckery. That same person ended up doxing my entire family. And then I had to fight with YouTube to get one of the channels taken down that had addresses for my minor sister, not to mention, and like a bunch of other shit. And I had to fight with YouTube for months. And they even tried to say, well, you don't have enough proof for anything. It's like, it's on the fucker's channel. It's like on the guy's channel. Sorry, the French. I've been through so much. I've been through so much shit with YouTube. The last, I'd say, returning back to YouTube YouTube, that it's not what it used to be completely honest with you. I used to dabble in some YouTube when I was younger. Then when I got back into it, it's been nothing but a fucking headache for me. I have more problems with YouTube than I do other platforms, and that says a lot. Hell, I think even Kick would be better than fucking Rumble or YouTube at this point. Rumble's great. Again, I'm tired, okay? Just bear with me. Bear with me. And I'm not editing this video because I'm not the greatest at editing. But what I do have to say is, like, I don't know, dude. What I'm suggesting is you take the time, better, just sit there and say, hey, do we want to keep doing this? Because I know you guys want to keep doing this. So if you want to keep doing this, think about other platforms. Start putting some content out to test the waters, get the waters started, and then eventually it'll just take off from there. Just say, hey guys, we're uploading to these platforms now as well. We're going to be doing our live streams here. You guys can do your podcast over on Twitch. Or you can even multi-stream it if you're using the right programs and the right platform or right stuff. You can literally multi-stream up to multiple locations. But what you could do is you could just do the podcast on Twitch, upload the stuff onto YouTube, schedule it out, and then put it up on Rumble right away. And you're going to get paid just as much, if not triple the amount, because you'll have 3 monetized channels. So if something bad happens with YouTube again, you got these other cash cows bringing you in money. Yes, and I didn't think I was ever going to do anything outside of Twitch and YouTube, and then I ended up finding Rumble, and then Rumble's been a fucking godsend. And I gotta thank my buddy Master System Marceau, who actually told me about Rumble, and then that's when I was like, wait, wait, what? I'm monetized out the gate? Okay. I got freedom of speech? What do I sign? What do I sign? Where do I sign? Where to sound. But yeah. So, anyways, like I'm saying, just think about it a little bit. And if you guys are still traveling through the States, you happen to find yourself through Minnesota, if you guys want me to give you some videos of some places to go check out, I can definitely do that for you guys. Or send you some places you should check out. I've been born and raised in Minnesota my entire life. I was born in St. Paul and I grew up in Duluth. So I know quite a few good places. I don't know the whole state, obviously, but I can tell you some pretty good places to go in Minneapolis. The cities, can you stop? I'm obviously going to tell you to stay out of Minneapolis. Like, there's some cool places in Minneapolis you can check out, but I would definitely be careful how you drive through Minneapolis. There's some cool places in St. Paul. I'm going to say the same thing. There's places you don't want to drive through in St. Paul as well. Big city problems. And then Duluth is really nice. It's also got some bad areas though too. But the nice thing about it is you really won't be driving through them unless you accidentally make the wrong turns and stuff like that. And then up in the Iron Range is pretty nice too. And there's quite a few places you can check out. There's like some pretty cool restaurants. And, you can check out one of the food items that Minnesota is famous for, which is the Juicy Lucy. Yes, that's ours. It's literally it's a cheeseburger, okay? But instead of the cheese being on the top, it's in the center of the burger. It's got meat all around and the cheese in the middle. So, and I gotta let you guys know now. So, we have another thing we like to make here. It's called tater tot hot dish. It's tater tots, green beans, cream of mushroom soup, and hamburger. And never call it a casserole. We'll call you on it. We'll tell you, hey, it's not a casserole. It's a hot dish. And we tend to share a lot with Canada too, so you'll notice some like Canadian vibes when you come up here too, which is crazy. But it's not a bad state. Like I said, it may have its problems. Like I can say our politicians are some of the worst. I should know. I've lived here my whole life. Been screwed every inch of the way. But outside of that, you know, we got a lot of outdoor stuff. In the northern part of the state where I grew up, actually, is absolutely fucking gorgeous. Like, I couldn't complain. I actually kind of miss living up there. That's why I'm moving back up there. But that's beside the point. I'm just not giving it any specifics because I know there's fucking crazy motherfuckers out there who do everything they can to figure out where I live and give out my address. Once again. Because they're fucking nuts. But not exactly the most put together person either though, but that's beside the point. These people are psychotic. Yeah, we'll use that. Psychotic. Psychopaths. But what I'm getting at is I'm trying to give you guys the best advice I can. I know the videos were made a few months back. I did watch you guys' channel before. When I lost my channels, it kind of got lost in the shuffle, to be honest with you. And I kind of forgot to re-follow you guys or subscribe, which I have done now. I've had YouTube do quite a few stupid things to me lately. Like I've been shadow banned now by YouTube because I called them out for who they are. I've lost content. I've had channels taken down with false copyright strikes. I've dealt with it all within a short time being back on YouTube. And to be honest with you, I'm not too happy with YouTube right now. This is why I don't dump much time into YouTube. And with me getting everything ready for my new business, or with me doing PC builds going forward, I haven't had the time to really put much into any content creation because I'm getting ready to build PCs. Like I'm doing a lot of research. I'm studying. I'm finding out how computers are built nowadays. Because last time I built a PC prior to this one, I'd say about 17. I was about 18. No. Last time I built a computer. No. I was like 22, somewhere around there. I was in my 20s, my early 20s. Yeah, it was a Dell. It was an old Dell fucking, not an Optiplex, because that's what I've got now. But it was a Dell, damn, I'm not remembering it. But it was another Dell. I had another Dell back in the day that I had been upgrading and working on, and I really enjoyed that kind of work. Something I do actually enjoy. I actually gutted a computer not that long ago that I was not happy with. I ended up having a very bad case where the motherboard was shot. I did end up getting the CPU out of it, which was a still working part. The power supply I'm probably just going to sell, to be honest with you, because it's not something I can actually put to use. I'll throw it on eBay or something and put it up for sale for like $10 or something like that. And then probably do this. I'll probably keep the disk drive in case I need it. And then the heatsink, I'll figure something out. I may keep that aside too in case I end up with a PC of that type ever again. That way I got the heatsink lying around and I can do another build with it. But that's the point I'm getting at, okay? You know, just try a little more out there, okay? YouTube is a shit platform. I've told people this for a very long time, and I'm trying to give people the best advice that I can give them. You know, working with YouTube, coming back with it, and working on it the last 2 years, it's been a shit show. Like, I don't even put that much effort into YouTube anymore. I've got the channel set up where everything's organized and everything's good to go going forward. I don't have to do anything else with the platform. I don't have to do a damn thing except for upload a video. And if it gets views, great. If it doesn't, oh well. I don't give a fuck about YouTube. It's just how it is. And I do all my stuff on Rumble and Twitch. And like I said, I do suggest you guys do things like that because then this can help you guys out. You know, help the family out, help you guys get better viewership. And if you end up signing up with Stream Elements, then you can get sponsorships on top of that. So just do these things that kind of help you out, help your channel out, help you guys out. You know, I just want to help people as much as I can sometimes. Like I know. I seem like a hard ass or some shit like that, whatever the fuck people think of me. But I do have a soft side, so. And it does kind of, yeah, no, we're not gonna get soft here. That's just not me. No. But yeah. So just go try those platforms out, see how you like them. You may end up finding out that you love them. You could end up saying, well, we love these fucking platforms. But even if you don't end up loving them, you still have them as extra income coming in case one falls apart. And Rumble has been getting quite a bit of traffic lately. So it is kind of smart to get in before it becomes YouTube's #1 competitor. But once that happens, I'm going to be pretty fucking happy, to be honest with you, because I've been on the front line with Rumble for quite a while now. But, yeah. All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for joining us here today. I hope you guys enjoyed this content. If you guys did, why don't you guys smash that like, subscribe, push that bell for notification. You know what? YouTube, you fucked over people more. So we're not going to go through that process for YouTube. Just not. If you guys like the content, you guys want to see more, you guys can like and subscribe. Now, this is for my Rumble viewers. You guys want a good platform? You want to have your freedom of speech, your amendments protected? You want to feel like you're American? You want to have your rights? Go to Rome. And on top of that, if you guys want to see more of this content on Rumble, you guys can follow. You do get notified every time. There is no notification bell you have to push to get notified for videos. They just notify you. They'll either notify you through an email or they'll just be like a notification through your phone. I set it for my social, so that way I don't end up getting spammed. But it is worth it. Really is. To be honest with you, it's not a bad platform. I think you like it. But anyways, for you, those of you guys on Rumble, you guys can follow and or subscribe. Again, also, that's another way I forgot to mention. So Rumble has a better discoverability than YouTube does. So there is a few things on Twitch, because Twitch has got a horrible discoverability. But outside of Twitch's horrible discoverability, there are a few features that Twitch does have that are really fucking good for discoverability and just like keeping your stuff organized. And one of those is categories. So on Rumble, you have access to categories, and it's very easy to find your channel. And which is pretty fucking cool, to be completely honest. Pretty fucking cool. But so your discoverability is and then like you'll have like your stuff will show up and stuff like that, and suggested channels and stuff like that. So it works better than Twitch, and then it works better than YouTube at the same time, which is insane why more people haven't started using it, because it is there. But anyways, again, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for joining us. Till next time, stay frosty.